G'day mates, and welcome back to Aldrin, Space Program Manager. Now, just at the end of last episode, we saw that NASA had opened up Project Apollo. We are only 1 or 2 turns ahead of them in regards to opening up our Apollo equivalent. So we are definitely on a race to the moon. I do need to beat NASA, it's absolutely vital. 1969 is a historical year that NASA got there. Whether the AI NASA gets there before or after is entirely up to them. I have no idea how far they're getting along. There is no way to actually know for sure. And I actually don't know how well or how the rules actually apply to them, how they are constrained. Obviously, they're not doing the same things we're doing because they don't do anywhere near the same number of missions. But let's have a look at the missions that we do need to do. We're currently training all our people, so it would be nice to do a couple of these orbital flights. So we could go up to orbital duration 2. Duration 3 requires duration 2, and we haven't done that on anything. But number 2 requires 1, but we've already done it with the Voskhod program. So we could skip ahead. How much prestige would we get? 3,500 is not bad. Again though, I think we might save our money a little bit, because we will start burning through. EVA, now EVA is the interesting one. It's the EVA suit we'll be doing. Actually, that brings up a question. What spacesuit do we actually use? EVA suit, crewed spacecraft down here. Actually need to get the lander up as well. What am I doing? You guys... Oh, you're still working on that, of course. 1.5%. You know what? I'm not going to bother with it. We do need to get working on these things down here. That reminds me, yeah. So there actually are additional suits to work on. These are a heavy duty moon suit. So we're going to get the lunar lander needs to be worked on. You 3 get onto that. Okay, you guys are actually doing fairly well. This is going to take quite a while to get. But we don't need the lunar lander till the very end. So this one's more important. We'll do a couple of tests on this one before we actually go for the landing. So this buys us more time. Getting this spacesuit though is more difficult because we're going to be... We just need more EVA suit people, but they're not... I don't think we need more of them, we just need more time. I'm inclined to keep leaving them here. They're doing pretty good work on this. If I took him off, we lose a fair big chunk. But if I were to put him down here, how much does he do? 3.7 just by himself. But at the same time, leveling up that top suit will level up this one as well, a tiny little bit, because they are technically the same sort of thing, just a little bit different. What are we going to do? I'm going to leave you up on this one. You guys just need to burn through that as quick as you can, because we will be testing this very shortly. Then when that one's done, we can move down and bump out the other one. Igla, I think I'm satisfied with. Sawyers, we can't R&D anymore. Lunar 15 is gradually getting there, although it's taking quite an effort. I'm disappointed at how slow that's going, although I did know it would be in the next pay period, so I'm not hugely bothered with that. Let's have a look at the people here. Who are you? You are just generic people. In which case, train me above 90, and I'll talk to you again. You're good. I'd love for you to do other things as well. You, I think, Anel, I was going to make a possible all-rounder, just in case. And you may as well go up on your mission operations, so you've got dual use, dual purpose. We're not launching anything this turn, let's go for it. And that was the end of it. We have 35,000 or greater prestige, which is what we need. It's going slowly. So we are going to get the full budget. Brilliant. NASA's done a Mars flyby, the Mariner 6. I've completely ignored that stuff for the time being. I'm focused. Oh no! Completely out of my control. Absolutely out of my control. And that has brought us under. That is terrible, terrible, terrible news. And if I were a save scummer, I would restart the episode. I'm very, very, very unhappy with that because that was the end of the turn. We are now into the new year and we are under 35,000 prestige. That is very, very annoying. So we now have very close to 35,000. It annoys me because we had well and truly enough prestige. We were cruising along, but them's the breaks, I suppose. Next target is 70,000. We still have 20,000. It's good enough. Let's be realistic here. But that is annoying. Very annoying. Okay, human rated rockets. What we've got now, we still can't open up the next level VAB because you're not ready yet. You are ready though, so perhaps we could start doing some launches. What are we going to do here? We're going to do some Sawyers. We're going to do an orbital flight duration level 2. We're going to need 4 people for that. So let's bring you out of training. Piloting's gone up. Your fitness is rubbish. You can stay there. You are... You might actually have better piloting. You do once I take you out. Okay, that's our 4 people. Let's go and test the Sawyers in orbit for duration level 2. We'll be using a Proton KD. That is proven technology. Stick our best people in here. Let's double check they're all the right people. Yes, they are. And our best candidates in. You again seem to be doing... So he has higher leadership and for some reason it values leadership. And we can see here though, leadership is not used at all for these 2 things here. So we do actually want the person with better piloting. Confirm assignments, 10,500. Alrighty. You guys, what are you doing? Let's have a look at you. You are human rated, so we're going to train you again. Human rated, we will train you again. Same for you. You're a space probe person, so I'm actually going to... You finished training, I remember you now. And you can go human rated. Which means I can put the dude down to here. There you go, 1.7%, and you are only adding on nothing at all, so I may as well train you up. There we go. Beautiful. Let's train you in. Look, you're very good at trajectory. I'm going to give you systems as well, because it does keep putting you in there. Okay, end turn. Proton K. I don't even know why I'm still researching that. It's not worth my time. I'm going to take the people off it. The suit is getting up there. Actually, how long until that suit gets it? Probably another maybe 2 or 3 turns until we do get over. Then I can transfer it over. 80% would be a good threshold. You are almost ready to launch. And you're getting there as well. And you're actually catching up quite well. I may take a person off you and focus on the Sawyers. Okay, let's go for it. Okay, extended duration, a fairly routine mission all things considered, although there were actually a few minor problems. They did get fixed without bringing in too much concern. Hopefully that's leveled up our people a bit better as well. They are getting there gradually. Oh, excellent R&D boost. That is what I could use. Now, the vehicle assembly building has finished upgrading. Thank you very much, Mr. Premier. Thank you, comrade. Now we have here the really big VAB building. It's a lot wider than the NASA one, which is a lot taller. But, I don't know, it still works the same. Does what we need it to do. And to that end, we're going to be opening a new rocket program. The Molnia, these are old ones. I do like a lot of these rockets. They are some... the Russians do have quite interesting rockets. I definitely like them. But this one here, a lot of boosters. A lot of boosters. Now, I think traditionally, or historically, I think is the correct word, historically this rocket didn't perform very well. Yeah, 30 NK-15 engines. Now, brief bit of history, and I may be wrong here, but my understanding of it is that the NASA and the Russians took different directions. The Soviets basically designed stuff, and they knew it worked, and they kept using it, and they kept iterations of the same sort of a thing. What NASA did was NASA continually designed new rockets for every single thing. They did a lot of hard work. They did new techniques, new things like that. And so early on, the Russians actually had an advantage. They were using essentially proven, in finger quotes here, proven technology early on. They knew what worked. They stuck to it. The problem came when you got to these massive, massive rockets. Now, the NASA people designed a rocket with, say, 4 big, massive engines, and that took a bit of effort to get those 4 big engines, but when they could eventually get it to work, they had a very good success rate, relatively speaking. Here, as it says, you have here 30 NK-15 engines. Now, imagine doing 30 launches with one of these engines. Say in one of those 30 launches there's a very small chance that one of these could go off. You're doing all those 30 in one go. You have 30 engines. They might have a 95% reliability rating. They might have a 98% reliability rating. There is still a significant chance that one of those engines will fail or something will happen at some point. You get a lot of the fuel lines going everywhere. If one of them goes, the whole rocket may well tip over. It may go off course. It may just not have the delta V to get itself into orbit. They may not have the thrust to weight ratio or something. So that is where the Russians really had, or the Soviets, really had a major issue compared to NASA. Oh, there you go, look at that. It's like it knew what I was talking about. Complex fuel system needed to feed. Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay, loss of all. Okay, every single N1 rocket failed. That is interesting. I didn't think it was that bad. But perhaps they had other large ones as well that succeeded, but had a very low operational chance. Either way, this is reflected in the fact that the max R&D is at 89%. Now there are, actually no, a couple of these are. Yeah, Russians, as a general rule, tend to have very low max R&Ds, whereas NASA tends to have much higher ones. Maybe it's game balance, maybe it's a bit of flavour, I'm not sure. Either way, enough wasting time with that. That is just a bit of a seg into history there. We're going to open the N1 booster. It's a very expensive one. It's expensive each round to keep running, but this booster will take us into the end game. Vostok, I think, has pretty much run its course. We're not going to be doing any more Vostok anymore, so I could probably get rid of it quite safely. If we do need to send humans up, we've got the Proton KD. Even if it is a little bit of overkill in a couple of turns, definitely before the moon launch, it will have, closing that down will have actually paid off in a Proton KD launch. Now let's work on no personnel available. I know what they're doing. They're all still studying, but next turn they'll be able to jump on. Okay, what are we doing? Let's go. Hang on, let's have a look at our 4 people here. Now these should be a different 4. Yeah, it's George Zayas and all these other people. It's a bit risky, but we are going to send them up. We're going to attempt to do orbital flight duration level 3. Again, we're going to do a proton KD. This is all fairly generic now, but we're essentially just buying prestige and buying time for the other things to all be done. Again, we've got Teresa Laranova. Laranova is in our Capcom. Everyone else is in the correct position. That's good. Now what we're going to do here is, okay, our B team has no good leadership. It's going to be pretty tight. Yeah, we're going to find out. Hope this team can actually pilot the thing. If they do survive and come back, they will be in a very good situation. Hopefully the people on the ground can keep them moving through. Now you are good. I'm going to make you a mission operations person as a backup. You can be a, may as well do trajectory, and you can be missions operations again. Okay, off we go. Nearly there. You are probably not going to improve much. We may well launch you next season, I think, and you are ticking away nicely. Good stuff. Okay, 92%, that's components reliability, but we have a very, very green crew currently piloting this. So hopefully this all works. And I will run this episode a little bit longer maybe because I spent a bit of time talking. Depends. Let's see how we go. Well, there you go. We have managed to make going to space and going into orbit absolutely routine. Even the B team can do it. Now they've all got some significant upgrades to their leadership and I assume to their other skills as well. Mariner 5 Venus flyby. Good luck with that. I really don't have the resources to spare. I could upgrade my number of scientists, but at this point I think we are pretty solid with where we are. Now let's have a look. If we do... So I spent a long time, or fair bit of time this episode talking about historical stuff, so I'm going to do a little bit of a bonus and run this episode slightly longer today, because I'd really like to do the Lunar 15 Lunar Sample Return. That would be absolutely incredible if we could get that done this time. Which means that these guys can hang around for a little bit more. Okay, let's do this. Let's try this out. We're going to do the Lunar Sample Return. I don't know what our chances are of necessarily getting this done. We only need a few people though. I'll send you guys off. That's a very good... We could probably run that twice almost. Well, while we're doing that, that is likely to be successful. Let's open up another one. We're going to move our... What are you? Where are you? You guys can do one more turn. You guys are pretty much done. I'm not going to bother with using it anymore, but we still do need to put our space probes people to another good use. We could do another lunar probe, but you know, a robotic rover, it's just going to be not as good as what we've already done here. So what I'll probably do is, again, the Soviets don't have any missions to go out here, only NASA has missions to deal with these outer planets and even to the Sun, and I believe even to Mercury. We can't do that, but we can do Mars, we can do Venus. Let's have a look. A Venus probe. I do believe the Soviets were actually the first ones to land on Venus, so that's something we could attempt to do. We could attempt to work on an orbiter and a lander. That would be interesting. The other alternative would be to go to Mars, but they've already beaten us to Mars once. So we could do this historical little rover thing that did fail. Hopefully we would not fail. What I think we're going to do is go for a Venus one. I actually like Venus. Interesting planet. And we're going to do the big difficult mission in one go. We're going to do a flyby, we're going to do an orbiter as well, and we're going to throw a lander down. It's going to be a multi-part mission. It's going to be a very complicated one, but... Oh, I see. It's actually two separate parts to Venera 10 and 11. So orbiter and lander, and flyby with lander. Probably do both of them. We'll see how we go. Easy. Now let's see if we can move our... What do we need to launch? The Proton K can do that. Brilliant. Now R&D the components. We only have 2 components. That's brilliant. Okay. So the Venera 9 is apparently 10 and 11. I don't know how that works. Either way, we can get our people on here. It's currently at 47% based on our experience with lunar probes. But we do need to put a hell of a lot of pressure design on this, and it's going to be in space for a lot longer. So it'll be a different set of challenges for them to overcome. But hopefully, our people are up for it. Get them working on that. In the meantime, we have 13 people left. I could probably also, if we have a booster person, which I don't think we do, run another Soyuz launch. Do we have another booster person? Let's have a look at that. People who are free. We do, but you're our leader person. So I haven't really trained another booster person. I think I was going to, and then I forgot in the end. Although you're not too bad. Doesn't matter, I'm going to send everyone into training. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to do anything else for the time being. It's a little bit too risky. Just do whatever. I think I was training you to be a new person. So, jump onto that. It's almost wasted training all this, but doesn't matter. We will get there in time. Get your skills up. Probably would be worthwhile training another booster person. It's a bit late now, but you know what? Boost up until 85 or so. Who knows? I may actually get there in the end. Okay, let's go. Let's watch this final mission and see if we get it before this episode ends. It's going to be a hell of a lot of prestige. I think it's 8,000 prestige on the line for us here. This is a massive, massive amount. We're actually going to land something on the moon. We're then going to take samples, something that no one's ever done, and then we're actually going to attempt to fly the thing back to Earth. This is going to be a massive mission, and I will let the music speak for itself, as always. What an incredible achievement. What a phenomenal achievement. 8,000 prestige. We have taken a sample of the moon and managed to bring it back. We've actually soft landed on the moon, the first people to do that. It's 1,000 points there. 1,000, we don't get 900 from close pictures, although NASA has already done that. We've studied the lunar soil. We've got actually quite in-depth study of the lunar soil. And we have actually retrieved a sample of it and brought it back for study on Earth. Now you just imagine yourself the difficulty in designing something, what you would need to do personally to actually send something up, dig it up and bring it back to Earth. That's just an incredible feeling, an incredible accomplishment, and we have done it. Good on you, Soviets. Well done. Now that is the Lunar 15, and that is where I'm going to end this episode. I've been Blxz. This has been Buzz Aldrin, Space Program Manager, and they've done a lunar lander too at the same time we did. Guess what? Theirs didn't bring it back. I've been Blxz. Take care, and I'll see you next episode.